It's interesting, what you mentioned, because um, not everybody is willing to ask why, right? And not only just in going into a business, but just in general, like, why am I in the situation that I'm in? For example, something so basic, because that leads you to, okay, confronting the
Right.
problem and then choosing to actually do something about it. And I feel like more often than not, you find people in companies that, and I'm surprised that you haven't mentioned any adversity that came with you asking why, because at least in my experience, and other people's experience, the person that comes in asking why is probably going to be the first one to go, because people not only don't want to answer the question, they want to stick to the status quo. That's how they've always done things. I'm sure you've heard that, so that's how they do it. And there's a lot of people that are what's the word, reluctant to change, because, and at least to some people, that might be what their job is reliant on, right? Because I'm sure
Yeah, so
that the
I'm
people
gonna
that
stop
you,
you, Manny, because I
yeah,
think it gets back to this.
yeah,
You got to be true to yourself. Now, coming back to what I've
yeah,
said, I'm not, to conform and not trying to be difficult, but to go into a company whose culture is one where, just shut up and do your job. Don't ask
yeah,
why. And if you're satisfied, I want to make a paycheck. This is why I always say is the difference between somebody who goes, I have a job, and the person who says I have a career. Right? Because the job says I go in there, I do my time. I don't really care about this job. I'll just do what they ask me to do. And then
yeah,
I will leave and it's 5 o'clock. I'm off. I'm going to, go to dance. I'm going to watch the game. I'm going to go eat with my family. We're going to have, we're going to do the cha-cha, all that awesome stuff. Or you're going to go in and you're going to go really yourself. Listen, can I make a contribution to this company? Is this company a company where I'm going to be valued, my skills, my knowledge, my understanding? And if I ask questions, like why, is it going to be seen as a threat, or is it going to be seen as like, oh, I'm glad you have that curiosity? I can tell you, Manny, we could talk for hours about adversity that I've had about those, and especially as you come in like I have at the executive level, right? When you come
yeah,
in at the executive level of a company and you got some really strong egos and pride and power grabs and all that. And one thing I've always said is I don't play any politics. So that's
mm,
hard for a lot of people. Politics is, we see a lot of going on in politics as we speak in the world of, affairs of elections and all this stuff. But what I'm talking about is internal politics,
right,
power, ego, arrogance, stride, dictatorship and all that stuff. And I'm like, so I've walked into many companies where after a few days or weeks, I get a chance to meet with the different managers, the leaders, the executives, and I can't tell how many times like a figurative chessboard is put out, and the
mm,
pieces are already on the board played out, and they're like, this is how it is here, this is how it is, and this is how we roll and all that. And I like to go, I'm like, how about we take that chessboard and just do this? And we start here because all that has come about is before I came here, and I'm not here to come in as I'm the new guy, but I want to be able to build from here up. And so how we can evolve. If you think about a lot of work that I do is like Gordon Ramsay going into a restaurant, right, where the owners own the restaurant. They're convinced it's not them. They're convinced it's not their food. It's convinced it's everything else, but they can't explain why there's no customers.
right,
And, you got to work with people. If that's the chessboard, right? That's the chessboard they have all set up. And, you don't want, Ramsey's different than I am, but, you notice he's not like, I'm not buying the food's terrible. Let me tell you, your management style's not working. And so, you got to be able to go into those companies. But I come back to why, Manny. It's a really, really important question to ask. And if I don't think you can be true to yourself if you really are asking why, because to
hmm,
your point, if you ask why, you're going to be accountable for whatever comes out of that, right?
yeah.
And if a why is a good thing, great. If why is not a good thing, then you better be positioned to go through that process with them and undo that. But to me, that's value adding. That's value adding.